Hi guys, how you doing? Hope you're all doing great. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how I made this trending bonnet for myself that you can wear 3 times. So as you can see, you can wear it in 3 different ways. So without wasting time, let's get started. So here are my fabrics that I used. I had 2 fabrics. This is the first one. It's satin. Both of them are satin. I used 2 different colors for this so that you can have 2 different colors, one for the inside and one for the outside. Then I just laid them onto the floor like that so that you guys can see properly, and the right sides, the shiny sides, are facing each other. So most people use 30 inches, but if you want one that is a little bit smaller, you can use 27 inches. So this one was the large one. I actually made 2, which I'm going to show you at the end. So to start off, I made this large one where I used 30 inches by 30 inches, and then after marking, I just went on to cut out that block. So there were my 2 fabrics which I had cut out, and then I now went on to place them now on my table. So just to give you a closer look, this is the shiny sides facing each other, and then I folded my 2 fabrics in half. And then I folded them again like that. And then I just pinned it on those 2 edges just to make sure that it does not move around too much. And then I now took my tape measure, and then I now started to mark just where the fabric ends. I was getting 15 inches, and then I started marking that until I got to the other end, and then I just drew that line to guide me where I was going to cut. Then I took my scissors and then I cut. After cutting, I removed my pins and then I opened it. And then I now started to put pins on the edge or the border of the fabrics. Then I now went on to stitch this on my sewing machine. So here we are going to stitch right round, but don't forget to leave that little space that we use to turn the fabrics inside out. You should leave a small gap. And then I now went on to just give my fabrics a little trim right on the edge where I'd stitched. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. After trimming, I now use that small hole, a gap, to turn the fabrics inside out.
sad inside and hopeless. These Hollywood hoes never notice. Can't get back up.
And then I just went on to the edge now where I started to iron to just make sure that I have like a crisp seam on the edge.
Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon. And I end up alone, I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect.
Then I also folded in the edges of that gap, and then I pinned.
Hollywood perfect. That's how it goes when you Hollywood.
After that, I now took my tape measure. Then I started marking 1.5 inch from the edge, and I just started putting these little marks right round.
I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon. How'd I end up alone? I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon. How'd I end up alone? I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. That's how it goes when you're Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect.
So the first thing that I did was to sew the little gap. Then I now started to sew on the 1.5 inch mark.
Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon. And I end up alone, I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect.
So you see that my thread on top also matches the fabric that is on top, and then the color on the bobbin thread also matches the bottom fabric.
Sad inside and hopeless. These Hollywood hoes never notice. Can't get back.
After stitching, I now went on to pleat. So I was just trying to make the pleats as neat as possible. I believe they call this knife pleats. You start to do your pleats about 1 inch pleats, and then you also try to make sure that you align the stitching of the pleats. Then I just eyeballed that, and I started pinning until I got right to the end.
Hollywood perfect. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon. How'd I end up alone? I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon. How'd I end up alone? I'm not certain. Yeah, girls impolite in the club every night. That's how it goes when you're Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect.
As you can see now, our bonnet was now starting to take shape. And then so to make the band, you can use either trilobal, lycra, bonbon, stretch cotton, or scuba. I personally used trilobal, and my head measurement was 21 inches. And then I removed 1 inch to get 20 inches. This is the measurement that I found perfect for my head, but it can also depend on the stretchiness of the fabric that you use for this. Some fabrics are more stretchier than others, and you just have to, I don't know, do like a basic trial and error to see which one, to see which measurement will be best for your head. Then I folded it in half, and then I went on to pin on the side and stitch on that side. And stitch on that edge. After stitching the edge, I now folded it like that, making sure that the stitching goes on the inside and is not visible on the outside. And then, so depending on which side you want your pleats to be, you now place the band on the side which you want the inside of your bonnet to be, or where the pleats will not show. So the side where the pleats will be, you don't put the band on that side, if I'm making sense. You mark your band before attaching it to the bonnet, to the rest of the bonnet, so that when you go on to stitch your bonnet, because you're going to be stretching it, you want to make sure that you get an even stretch, if you get me. So there I just pinned my band to my bonnet, preparing it to go for sewing. Then I started to now sew. So while you are stitching, you basically be pulling the stretchy band to align it with your bonnet below. Make sure that you use matching threads. And then try as much as possible, like try to sew as close to the stitching on the bonnet as much as possible, so that you can have like a really neat finish. So I was basically done at that point. Then if you want, you can also overlock your stretchy material so that it can look neat. So there is the result. That's how it looks like. So I'm going to just go on and try it on and put it on for you guys to see how it looks like and all the different ways that you can wear it. It's so cute. So you can see that this large one, you can also wear it with a hairstyle, maybe like braids.
Lions roaring in the morning sun, searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way. Birds chirping and I hear my name, grasping into a life. Life is happy but it's so insane. We must merely make a start. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a walk. Savannah.
And then, so this is the pink one that I made. On this one I used a 27 by 27 inch measurement from the beginning, and as you can see, it's a little bit small for those smaller hairstyles, but I genuinely love both of them and their sizes.
We will always take a stand for the people, for the land. Savannah, I'm coming home, Savannah, we'll never be alone, Savannah.
Thank you so much, you guys, for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and I hope that you come back again in the next video for more DIYs. Bye.